Hey everybody, this is Mike Colleen again. Had been gone for a little while, a couple weeks now. Something kind of hit me. It was actually when I was watching the preview for Brad Pitt's movie Fury, it's the war movie. I haven't seen it yet. It just came out I think 2 days ago. Something kind of dawned on me. I've been working with a marketing executive. He's been trying to get me to figure out like what got me to this business, like what led me down this path. And it was watching my mom and dad fight like cat and dogs. And it was like no matter how much he loved her, she just here, let me shut the door. Sorry, it was like no matter what he would do, she would just get pissed off. And years later, when I started studying NLP and communication, I began to understand, as I've said in almost all my other videos, that men and women literally communicate or process language in two different parts of our brain. They're two different processors, as different as the Apple processor and the IBM type processor. They're different, and they change the meaning to the words. And as I've said before, that's why women don't feel loved by men. Number one, because men actually express love in what's called the male way, and women receive it in the female way, which is the opposite of the way that men express their love. So that's just one component. Then you've got the communication component. You guys are speaking two different languages and you don't understand each other, but you don't know it yet. So here's the theme of this video, and possibly a couple after. It's ending the war between men and women. There's a better way. And for a lot of men, this is a real huge surprise because we're not wired this way. So it's a very foreign thing. And a lot of men, they don't believe it at first until they start to talk to women. And women have an opposite reaction, opposite shocking reaction of, you mean men don't know this? I'm like, well, no, because neurologically he's not wired to that part of his brain. Here's the point. There's been a battle going on between men and women for centuries, longer than that, thousands of years. It's an unnecessary battle, and it's all based off of our mating systems that have two completely different needs that need to be met. So men are doing it this way, women are doing it this way. It's two different directions, two different needs, two totally opposite things, and neither one feels loved. We both feel like we're taken advantage of. We both feel like the other one just doesn't care. Nothing could be further from the truth. I guess I said that wrong. Nothing could be further from that truth, because that is not the truth. Now, there's another thing that I wanted to say. There's a phrase that if you believe this phrase, you have set yourself up for complete failure. Not kind of failure, total failure. You'll never have a chance in a relationship. Have you heard the most screwed up belief in the world? It's called all is fair in love and war. If you have that mentality, and if you really believe that, I know you've been hurt, I've been hurt, we've all been hurt. It turns out it's all based on complete misunderstandings. As I said, when I was a child, I watched my father do everything in his power to love my mom. Unfortunately, he was doing it in the male way, but no one knew of this back then. None of the relationship teachers were teaching this stuff. In fact, to my knowledge, I haven't met any of them yet to teach this. They seem to be like the blind, the deaf, dumb, the blind, stumbling and bumbling along, saying stuff, and yet one of the most famous ones admits on his website, I think he said more than 50% of all his participants at his seminars end up in divorce in less than 2 years. Clearly it's not working. That's a horrible rate. I mean, what happens when we go out to three years? Does it get worse? Probably. My point is, I've made a new discovery that will help men and women to finally understand what's going on. If you want to learn more, you're going to have to come in. You're going to have to make that phone call. You're going to have to find out. I've got a ton of blogs and videos. The problem is I can't explain it in 5 or 10 minutes in these short little videos. But I can get the message out there. So take that belief, all is fair in love and war, and just shove it aside. Really, get rid of that. Because that's one thing we learn about beliefs in psychology, NLP, and hypnosis. If you believe something, everything gets filtered through that belief. So even if someone's saying this, if it goes through your filter, now you're hearing this. You're not hearing what they're saying. You're not feeling or experiencing their intention. And that's really what you should have to start looking for. So here's a little tip. When someone's talking to you, in the back of your mind, start asking yourself, what is their intention behind these words? Because communication is hard. It is challenging. It's not easy. okay? Especially between men and women, because we're doing this, because we're processing the same words in two different parts of our brain, which gives it two different meanings to the same words. Hey, this is Mike Colleen. If you have not bought my book yet, buy the book, Crack the Female Code, at crackthefemalecode.com, okay? That is an eye-opener, especially for men. And remember, click the subscribe button. It's either right there or right there, all right? Go to MikeColleen.com, MikeKollin.com. Have a great day. Bye.